Hey gun people, this is part 2 on that burglar trick box to flash them and disorient them a little bit in case somebody comes rummaging through your house. I haven't done the jewelry box yet, but I did this box, so I figured I'd get number 2 out since I'm about to post number 1. So you saw this book before. Basically it was a book box. Well, now it's a what I've done is I lined it with foil paper, and I've done all my little wiring and soldering. You see my soldering gone there. So solder and soldering. Solder makes really good wire connections, so if you're making one of these, you can do it by twisting the wire and putting electrical tape on it. You don't need to solder it. I like solder because I can put little alligator clips. It makes it easier to change it in and out. So basically what I have is a loop circuit. I have a nail run through this clothespin that opens up, which this little piece is going to go in there. So the wire comes from my switcher. I've got a switch so I can open this a little bit and just turn this off or on. So as I turn it on, I know without putting my flash bulb on this connector and ruining the flash bulbs, I got a little bulb in there, so I know my circuit is complete. I put a little film canister here with a 9-volt battery. I wired the 9-volt battery with a little connector there that can, that's just so when I'm holding this up, it doesn't slide around. So if somebody finds a box and they pull it out, they're going to open it like this, and the battery doesn't slide. It's not a big deal. I can shove the battery so it doesn't do it. So basically, this right here on the end is just basically I put some hot glue here on a little hook, used a little hanging hook, tied a string to it with a piece of plastic. So this piece goes in the clothespin. I soldered a wire to a nail that I put through the clothespin on this side and a nail on this side. So when the clothespin closes, it makes a complete connection. When I put this in between a clothespin, it's not a connection. So when the box opens, this pulls out, it completes the connection. So, but right now it's a complete connection because that's not in there, and I test it with my little switch I put on here, used some hot glue, soldered a couple wires, and so my bulb just burnt out or did something here. What did I do here? I don't know why it's kind of going on and off. But anyway, my switch here is my on-off. That way I can turn it on and off when I set it up, and I don't have to worry about it flashing. I've got a little alligator clip here so I can hook in. I'm going to wire 2 or 3 of these bulbs together here, and that way I can just hook an alligator clip on each end, and then I have my flash bulb. And one of my wires just came off. Shit. So, and then I have a little clothespin here, I glued it there, just trying to hold it so when it's setting up in a bookshelf, it keeps it hanging the right way. So, when somebody opens this, the light bulb's going to flash. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that real quick when I set it up, show you how I set it up. So, I'm going to, is this in focus? So I'm going to close this. Get this little piece here, slide it in between my clothespin here, so now it's in between the clothespin, and I have tension on this wire on this string here. Hell, I can't really see that to see if I'm showing you right. So this has the tension here. When this opens, it's going to rip this out and it's going to complete the circuit, but it's not on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take my little switch here because I can open the door, get my little switch here, turn my switch on. You notice the light bulb did not come on, and now when I open this and it pulls the string, completes the circuit, and that's when the flash would happen. So if somebody found, because I have several of these hidden books there, so if somebody found a gun in one of my hidden books, they would probably search my other books. Well, when they got to this one, they would have a flash distraction. Now, these bulbs, because they get so hot when you light them, it's very easy to tape a piece. I had one of these set up to where I had a smoke bomb taped to this. So when the light bulb went off, it would light the smoke bomb, and the smoke bomb would fill the room with smoke, which is another distraction. If I wanted to tape some firecrackers on here, when this went off, it would light the firecrackers, and then they would go bang bang, which would be another distraction. And again, you can do this with just about anything you want. Again, the two wires, the one wire soldered fell off. When your wiring's up, you want one wire on the top here, and you want one on the side. And then you want it in the loop. And when it's in the loop, each wire's connected. When the power goes on, the bulb goes flash. Okay? So that's the box. Looks like a normal box. Looks like a normal book. Sitting in a shelf. Nobody knows till they open it up. When they open it up, they get a flash. Alright? And again, you can set those up to ignite early warnings. You could put bulbs around your perimeter, around a door. You're setting up camp. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I think I ordered, I got some of these little party poppers here. And you can get these pretty cheap. I think they're $1 a piece at any party store. And when you cut one of these open, and I did cut one open, except I wasn't planning on talking about it, so I don't know where the hell I laid it. But anyway, when those things go pop, they tend to create a big spark. So if you pop one of those off, the spark that comes out will ignite something. So if I can pull one out real quick here and show you. Well, I can't believe I can't find my little one. That's what happens when you start on projects. You get all this shit laying everywhere and you can't find anything. So anyway, the party poppers is one way to set up like a tripwire. If somebody kicks it, it sets off the party popper. If you've got a firecracker or a smoke bomb or some sort of flash device hooked up to that party popper, that will ignite it, and then it will light the fuse, and that could send off a smoke so you know where it popped in case you didn't see it. Again, this is more into the, I did the Revolution series on the booby traps and securing your property and things like that. This is just one of those things for a quick warning. This would also be good if somebody was breaking into your house. I could grab this book if they were breaking into my house. Once I line up 4 bulbs. 4 bulbs flashing is an extreme amount of light. And if they kick the door in and I open that book, they're pretty much blinded. And I know I have my eyes closed and then I could take them on. Now, I'm not going to waste time flashing them. The only flash they're going to see is a flash of my gun barrel. But you could distract somebody with that. You could hook these up to your door. When somebody opens the door, it would open the book, which would let the flash off. You could have it hanging. I mean, there's all kind of things, but that's just a simple wiring procedure. There's another wiring procedure that you can do. If you have an open wire and you don't want to use a clothespin, you strip one wire and you make this one end, and then you have an open end on this one. You run this wire through, and then when they open it up, this connects right there. So the pulling part would be your switch, and as they open this up and pull it, it creates a connection. And of course the bare wire would be longer and it couldn't come off in your loop. And when you set it up, you would just close the door like this, and then when somebody opened the door, it would slide across and complete the connection. Same thing as a clothespin, you're just making a loop connection. So anyway, hope that helps. I had a couple of people wanted me to expand on that project, and I hadn't done one, and so now I have this one. Now I'm going to do one for the jewelry box and maybe some other things that I won't tell everybody about in the whole freaking YouTube land. Alright, so hopefully you can see the foil paper. The foil paper is there as a reflector to help direct the light to whoever's looking in there for something who's going to steal something. The problem with the foil paper is I'm going to need to put these connections. If you don't do it right, those connections can short out across the fire paper. So that little switch has 2 wires. I put one with an alligator clip and the other one with an alligator clip. And then the alligator clip came to the top side of my clothespin. The bottom clothespin, I put an alligator clip on one side of the 9-volt battery. The other 9-volt battery, I connected to the wire to my flash source. Then the other wire from the flash source went to the alligator clip on the switch. So the switch is the break in the middle. When I turn the switch off, the bulb shouldn't go off. And then when I shut the door and set it up, when I turn it on, it's set, and then when the doors open, the light will come on, or the thing will flash, or the fuse will light, or whatever you're using it for. All right? Hopefully that helps, and we'll end that there.